All right, folks. Elaine Bennis. That was the big emotional cameo that was going to have people crying, and this is the going to change the world. Elaine Bennis. Elaine. It was Elaine. Elaine the whole time. All right.
It was
All right.
Elaine all along.
It was Elaine all along. I can't wait for the little gifs of her dancing from Seinfeld to be shown tomorrow. All right.
So
So
let me get this. Let me get straight to who is this character? I have no
this
clue.
it's Contessa Valentina. She was a Shield agent from back in like the old Nick Fury '60s Steranko run.
Evil
Shield.
or
She was like Madam Hydra at one point. I think she turned on Nick Fury at one point in one of the comics. She was, yeah, I think she kind of blurred the line of good and bad. But that's they need to just shut up and stop like talking about cameos and like appearances at we thought we learned our lesson from the last series, but no, apparently not. We'll get into that a little bit later. But Sarah, welcome back. How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
You have a camera working? That's great.
Yeah, my camera decided to finally work. That was nice. It said it didn't exist for a minute, and I was like, I'm pretty sure in this universe you do, but
Yeah, it's a very finicky system for sure. And coming off the injured reserve for a week, Mr. Nip, happy belated birthday.
right on, right on. 40 kicked 40's door down.
There you go. Yeah, you don't look it.
Got my COVID vaccine and still alive. Still alive. So.
There you go. Look at everything's coming up rosies. All right, he's back better than ever. All right, right on. So you took the super soldier serum. Now you're all ready.
Got my one and done serum.
There you go. Yep.
And then 2 days after they announced the blood clots are
it's like small percentage. Like,
John Walker. I was thinking maybe I'll turn into a superhero, but
it's gonna make you worse.
fat chance. Higher. More of an asshole.
So welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Like the video if you're enjoying the content. We do this for the Winter Soldier. We did this for WandaVision. Basically going to do it for all the MCU shows. So a little after show action. We also do a weekly show every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Where we just talk comics, movies, TVs, toys, whatever the hell we want because we're a bunch of dorks. So and check that out. We got a bunch of unboxings too on the channel if you like that kind of thing. Today I did one for a Super 7 New Japan Pro Wrestling figure, so go check that out if you want to see some fun unboxings. All right, so let's jump into this episode. A lot of things going down on this episode. So titled Episode 5, The Truth. We learned a lot of truths for sure. So we get Cap on the run. We immediately after last episode, after John Walker decapitates the dude, he's running, and we get a great shot of Cap kneeling inside the little warehouse thing. Very beautifully shot. The music is really good in this scene too, and we get an excellent triple threat match: Bucky and Falcon versus John Walker for the Shield. And I am Captain America, and he breaks his arm, gets the shield out. That's when we get to the credits. Sarah, what'd you think of this opening scene?
I think this is the first fight scene that I've really been like, oh my god, this is so good. Like, first of all, I was like, oh, he's John Runner, not John Walker. But then I saw Sebastian Stan in his leather, and I was like, I'm in. And then it was like, this just gets better and better. Like, at the point where he's yelling, like, why are you making me do this? I was like, And then he, like, makes Bucky's arm malfunction and then rips off Sam's wings. And I was like, everybody's losing their, like, cool stuff right now. I thought it was awesome. And it was funny or, like, kind of weird and cool that it ended with basically, like Bucky throwing him at Sam, and then they all like
it was like a weird like
that was kind of I couldn't see what was really going on in that little
I had
thing.
to go back.
It was like a double team move, like a little tag team finisher move, like like the old Legion of Doom would do, all like a clothesline off the top rope off somebody's shoulder. So it was like a double team move.
They all felt, I don't know. I really liked this. I thought they were very like evenly matched, and it was kind of terrifying and really interesting, and like John Walker was losing it.
Yeah,
and clearly like very strong. I mean, I know the super soldiers are always strong, but I almost felt like he like it's like in Twilight when they first become vampires and they're like really strong,
Don't talk Twilight.
control everything. I know. I'm sorry, guys.
how dare you speak those words?
Like maybe he's still getting used to a super soldier serum, and things were just like going out of control.
Yeah,
That's all.
Yeah, I like how
I'm sorry.
how dare you? Yeah, I like how you had the Bucky had the shield. He like sat it down next to Sam Wilson, and like Wilson's like picking up and wiping the blood. It's like, dude, that's a murder weapon. We need that's a crime scene. Like, what are you doing?
Bucky, why are you leaving Sam with this psycho? Like, help your boy up. Get him out of there. I don't know.
Yeah. Nip, what you think of the scene?
It was dope. I loved it. It was like, right out the back, high octane action. WWE wrestling match, like you said, felt like a triple threat. Got a couple, nostalgic callbacks to Civil War, but with the reverse evil cap.
Yeah.
So when they were teaming up on Tony, it was kind of like that. But it was I liked it. It came out. It didn't waste any time. Just got right to it. Like Sarah was saying, you see how much of a creep Walker is, and how unstable this dude is, and he's just getting further and further away from reality. And serum's definitely messing him up. I got a question. So does the serum run off as Does it run like as Bucky's gotten older? Has he like lost some of his powers? You think, or
I don't think
with the age just.
He didn't get the full super soul. He got like a variation of the super soul. He got was the Soviet version.
Okay, so he's not as powerful.
But
then again, because like in Winter Soldier, he was like more powerful than Cap.
Well, he was definitely more vicious for sure, and he had he had some mechanical help too. So yeah, I think it was a difference for sure. But,
so this serum could be stronger than Cap's.
Possibly, yeah. It's there's different variants and different variations that affect people. So I don't know. Yeah, we need those cards like back in the day, like the superhero cards, with the stats, the strength, the stats in the back, so we know where's everybody's power level at for sure.
Well, and also like John Walker was really strong before the serum, as we saw, whereas Cap was like this scrawny little guy.
Yeah. So
if it's like
that's true
difference, then.
Yeah,
John Walker would be stronger.
Well, that's the whole point. That's the new serum is like it doesn't like it like affect you like physically. It just well, it does affect you physically, but like more not outwardly as much as the old one would.
Right. So, otherwise, John Walker would be like
weird Red Skull. Basically, it looked like Red Skull pretty much. Bring out the evil. All right, so we get that. We get the credit. Great opening credits. So we get a scene with Torres again, and the wings are damaged. He gives them. He said keep them. Then we get a shot of John Walker basically being in a military court, kind of being dishonorably discharged. I thought it was some great acting from John Walker here. Like he basically like, yeah, you built me, you made me this. This is what you want. Yeah, this is what you wanted. And so he gets dishonorably discharged. I thought that was a great scene. And so now then we get to the big.
Well, partially true because he took it upon himself to take that serum.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think they know about that. They don't know that he took the serum. So.
Yeah, but so he's bullshitting there, He's not being.
Well, he's lying. He lied to the family next when he was talking about the killer. So he's not the most honest fucking guy for sure.
Right, but I also think he's saying like, "Hey, the U.S. government made me this like ruthless person." Like how he mentioned what he had to do in Afghanistan or whatever in the last episode.
Yeah.
And now I'm using it, and you're not happy with me.
Yeah.
That's true, but he's not being 100%.
No, he's twisting it for sure.
Yeah, but it is a product. He is a product of what they.
That's true.
They trained him to kill people, and he killed somebody, and that's what you train me to do. You train me to kill people.
They trained him to kill enemies, and that's exactly what he did. They just didn't. He didn't do it how they wanted him to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the fact that it was on camera, like, we get to the next. Next scene, like, Contessa, she's from the comic, like I said. Shield agent.
Oh my.
Yeah, she's a Shield agent. She was a pretty badass. I've read a few stories from her. She was more in like the old school Steranko ones.
Like a Baroness vibe or something. Huh?
Yeah, kind of almost. Yeah, I could see them kind of swoop on the Baroness for this character. Yeah. So what's her full name? Contessa Valentina Allegra de la Florentine. Yeah. So she had a very long.
Yeah. Isn't Allegra D like an allergy medicine?
Yeah, exactly. So the Contessa, she's a comic character. They kind of teased there was a big cameo. And of course, we were like, we were trying to like downplay it, but like all this week, with a lot of speculation. Could be Steve Rogers, could be T'Challa, could be, we had a bunch of theories last week about who it could be, and I didn't see Elaine as one of the theories.
These cameos are ridiculous. I'm totally fucking done now. Like,
yeah, they need to just shut up. Just let them happen.
Unless there's still another one.
But they said episode 5 there was going to be a huge, emotionally charged, like, oh, it could fit well with
grounded.
Yeah.
But what about this teaming with Thor? What the fuck is that?
I was trying to think, like, did she ever like team up with Thor? Maybe she and it's one of the comics team up. I don't know that. I think they're just like talking out
playing games with these fucking.
Yeah, I think they need to just no. They should be a mandate at Marvel. No more interviews for like no more saying anything that's coming up, because you just disappointing the fan base, because we get this weird fever thing. But Contessa shows up and like kind of tells him like basically she wants to recruit him for some shit. So he's gonna become the U.S. agent for sure. And so what'd you think of this, Sarah? What'd you think of this Contessa scene?
Yeah, I was a little let down. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't know the comics. I didn't know if that was the reason.
Yeah,
I'm determined to find a connection between Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Nathan Fillion, so that I wasn't. But yeah, I mean, she said like the shield doesn't belong to the government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess it doesn't really. Well, I guess because Tony Stark made it, so it belonged to him, really. And he gifted it
materials, like.
And he gifted to the Steve Rogers, so it was a gift. So technically, Steve Rogers owned the shield.
Yeah, so I can get behind that, but also like, why does she think it's his? I don't know. Also, how does she know that he doesn't have the shield, but all of the government guys thought he did have the shield, and they were like, you need to return it?
Well, she seems a little bit more in the know, I guess. Yeah, I did kind of recognize it. I did kind of recognize. I figured that's what the character was. Like when I saw her, I was like, okay, that kind of reminds me of that. I've always forgot her name, but it kind of reminded me. So I looked it up. I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's the character. I kind of recognized the name. So,
yeah, that's the royalty. We got a Baron. We've got a Contessa. Like, is there something there? I don't know. Just thought.
Big Bushy. Yeah, is episode's out. Yeah, it came out at midnight. Actually, 11.
Spoilers.
Full spoilers.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Yeah. Well, it's in the title. If you don't read the title, I can't help you there. All right. So, what do you think of this, man?
Yeah, I was pissed off. I was thinking like, okay, they're just throwing like fucking curveballs. This is just like it's just fucking with us, and they're gonna come with somebody bigger at the end of this. And no, they got me. That's what I thought so too.
I was like, okay,
they got me fucking again.
They even had a post-credit scene. I was like, okay, okay.
I was disappointed, man. They're disappointed and angry. Like, this is fucking.
Stop fucking.
Why do you say this shit? Like, this shit is ridiculous. Like, don't say shit.
Yeah.
And the director, his clues were all fucked up. Like, they had nothing to do with who it really was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, maybe there's like you said. I thought, okay, this is just like some other smaller cameo, and then there's gonna be a big one, and then the episode ended. I was like, oh, that's it. That was the cameo. They were all like building up so much, like yeah.
I've never heard of this chick. I've never heard of her. I've never fucking heard.
I've heard of her just because I've read a bunch of comics, but yeah, this is not a move the needle kind of like.
I like big Elaine's good, great actress.
Yeah, Elaine's awesome. Yeah, I love. Julie Dreyfus she's great, but. This is nothing to be like super excited about, man.
I thought maybe like the Batroc, however you say his name thing at the end was maybe
Batroc, the Leaper.
Yeah, and I was like, well, maybe that's the cameo they were talking about, but I was like, we wouldn't want to see him teamed up.
Well, we already seen him in the first one. In the first,
he showed. Yeah, he already showed up.
He was in the helicopter in the first one.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, the opening scene.
Okay, then never mind. It's definitely her. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of very underwhelming. Like I don't understand why like you would make
Especially after WandaVision, why would you do the same exact fucking thing?
because and they overplay it. Like they don't just say, oh, there's a cameo. No, they say, oh, this is a big emotional cameo. It's gonna be, there's gonna be tears in your eye and like all this shit. So you speculate all this. They brought this upon themselves. So if they get heat
like an office pool where they're like, if we can get the people on YouTube to say this and this and this, like you get
Trolls.
like pointing the fans bingo. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of underwhelming episode. Well, not episode, but cameo for sure. So
The episode was good, but it was kind of all over the place in my opinion a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little slow. Like that open, it
slow.
started off really strong and then slowed up, and we're doing a lot of care. This is the episode before the finale, so I think we're getting really action-packed finale, man. A lot of stuff is going to go down next episode.
I think they could have cut some out and made it a shorter episode. I think that would have been smarter.
Yeah, this has been the longest episode of the season too. This was the longest, I believe.
There was a little bit too much of the boat and of Sam stuff. I felt it was cool to show like some of it, but I think it was a little bit much for me.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Yeah, the pace, it kind of slowed down the pacing. Like we had such like the last like few episodes have been such boom, 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 and I guess they had to slow it down a little bit. But it was like kind of a little bit too much.
You could have trimmed it. You could have showed everything you showed, but in less of it.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah. We'll get to the next stuff. So we gotta get some more of the Flag Smashers. We go back to the Sokovia Memorial. We get Bucky and Zemo. And basically Bucky, has the gun to his head and like he's thinking he's going to shoot him. And nope, he's giving him off to the Wakandans. The Wakandans going to take him to the raft. What do you think of that scene, Sarah?
Well, I'm glad they wrapped up one storyline. I thought it was going to be the Flag Smashers, but it turns out it was the Zemo thing.
Yeah.
I think it was a good call, turning him into the Dora Milaje. Like, they have the biggest beef with him. They kind of deserve to have their justice with him. So that was like a pretty easy, clean way to like wrap that up. And now we don't have to worry about it for the next episode, which is nice.
Yeah, I think they're setting up too. Sending him to the raft is gonna, I think, play into his storyline in future whatever they bring him back in, because the raft was the supervillain prison.
It was in Civil War. It was in Civil War, that one when they were in the sea.
Yeah,
like Octagon, I think, or something like that.
When they came out of the water. Yeah, so I think he's going to do some supervillain recruiting in that. So I think that even might be part of his plan, that he wants to go to the raft and recruit some villains. So I don't think this is not the last we're going to see of Zemo.
I also think Bucky earned a little bit of like goodwill with them with this, because like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but during the fight with Zemo where he escaped, they called him James. And then she called him the White Wolf again here. So I was like, oh, maybe like he's back on better terms. And she said, like, stay away for a little while.
Yeah, lay low for a minute.
Felt more friendly, more like
just chill out.
Chill out.
Let us simmer, give us a bit.
I think we're gonna see some stuff with the raft. What do you think of the scene, Nip?
It was all right. I kind of wish we would have just left it out in the open, like just he escaped during that fight in the last episode, and they just didn't even wrap it up. Just leave him out there in the wind. But this was okay. I mean, I get why they did it. Just like Sarah said, just to close it up, give a little bit of closure on one of these angles. But I think I personally would have just liked to see him, like, he escaped in the last episode and we don't hear from him the rest of the series. I don't think we're gonna hear from this rest of the series, but I think he's gonna show up in some other stuff for sure. No doubt.
Big Leo 415. I want to see what's inside the box.
I'm assuming wings, right?
It's his new costume.
It's his suit. Yeah. I was thinking it's Captain America's suit, right?
Yeah, it's his Captain America Falcon suit. Yeah, for sure. All right, so we get we get good. I like that. I like that scene for sure. But I definitely can't wait to see what they do with Zemo next. So we got this great scene with Isaiah Bradley. We get Falcon bringing him the shield, and basically he tells the story, how he came to be and what happened. And it's I love the parallels to Cap's story in the first Avenger movie, where he Cap defies orders to go break his friends out of the POW camp, and Cap comes back, he gets praised and everything, and Bradley basically did the same exact thing. He broke out to go save his friends that were captured, and he gets sent to jail for 30 years. So that's I love that little parallel to that story. Yeah, and Bradley, some strong words from Bradley too. They'll never let a black man be Captain America. I thought that was it was a no black man would want to be Captain America.
No self-respecting black man would want to be.
Yeah, that was a very powerful scene. I really dug that scene a lot. Sarah, as a white woman, would you think of the?
I shouldn't really be allowed to have opinion.
black guy conversation.
I thought it was a very powerful scene. I thought it was really big for Sam's character, especially when he said no self-respecting black man would want to be him. You could see that kind of like flash in Sam's face, like, oh gosh, maybe he's right. But I'm glad that like he has a different opinion eventually. Yeah, and again, I think it just kind of shows how the U.S. government made John Walker. Like we see Isaiah Bradley getting punished for like busting his friends out instead of letting them get blown up, and like in a pretty cruel way, putting him away for 30 years, not telling his loved ones that he's alive, experimenting on him. And then you wonder why John Walker is how he is. Like, I don't know, not exactly heroic behavior.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I can't speak to a lot of it, but I thought it was a really powerful scene and really
very
important to Sam's character development.
Yeah, the guy playing Bradley, his voice alone just really tells a lot of the story.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
He's so amazing. I didn't take any notes except for that one quote because I was just like,
it's very cannot pay attention to that for sure. Nip, what do you think of the scene?
Yeah, I was happy. I liked it. I'm glad they circled back to it, and they did address the race issues and the shadiness of the U.S. government. Because in reality, we know that shit is all it's all there as well. So it was good to get it out there, and I enjoyed it. Like you guys said, the acting was great by the actor, and then you get another glimpse of his grandson. So that's already some foreshadowing. You're gonna definitely see him again. They made it a point to show him twice now, and like you said, Young Avengers coming around.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be part of that for sure. So we get seeing John Walker with the family, with his partner's family, just basically lying to him, like saying, I killed the guy that murdered your son. No, you didn't. You killed the guy that was associated with her. But you just see the John Walker is just like, he's pretty much like his morals. You don't know, like he doesn't even know where his morals land anymore. So we get some. Definitely got some more stuff from John Walker a little later too. So we get Sharon Carter on the phone. It sounded like Batrock. I kind of knew that was so we don't know what Sharon Carter
because the closed captioning busted it out for me.
Yeah,
it said Batrock.
So I heard a French guy. I assumed it was Batrock. So we get Batrock. So Sharon Carter basically is setting up, helping out the Flag Smashers. So we still don't know who the power broker is. She might be the power broker. She might be a Skrull. I don't know.
I kind of think they were hinting that she was the power broker, no?
Yeah, she looks like she's the boss, man. She's like walking around like she owns the place, and she's getting all these like main calls.
Playing both sides.
Yeah.
She said he would still be rotting away in prison if it wasn't for her.
Yeah.
Love her story there.
Yeah, so she's got some power in this underworld. I don't know if there was a theory floating around that she was Mystique. There was like some weird.
I heard that too. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Especially after the Mephisto shit, I'm not gonna stick myself.
Yeah, it's fun. Hey, it's fun to speculate, but it's like when they pull like when they do like this like pre-speculation for you, and you can disappoint yourself. But when they like build the shit up in your head, that's one thing. So yeah, don't say it's some emotionally, charged like cameo and it's fucking Elaine. Come on. I
don't think it's. I'm gonna say it's not Mystique. I don't think they're ready for the They were talking about they're not coming out till Phase 5. They're gonna start using mutants.
Yeah,
So,
we got that Madripoor thing mentioned. That's like a start, but yeah, I think we're going to see some sprinkles of some mutants soon. I think within the next few movies, I think we'll have like little hints, but yeah, we won't get full blown mutants. I think, and probably till like stuff like next year. I think what was all the stuff that comes out next year. I think we'll start seeing lots more and more. And there's like talk of like there's rumors of a Wolverine anthology series too, which would be pretty
nice.
interesting. Like kind of Wolverine through time and like different eras and stuff. I think that would be awesome.
That'd be smart.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm down with that for sure. All right, so we get some more stuff with Sarah and the kids fixing the boat. We get the I love the big brother look at Bucky when Bucky's talking to Sarah.
I love Bucky saying my name.
Yeah, I had to give that look to a lot of guys at work,
I really realized that he's super hot last episode, and now I'm like, say my name. Yes.
Just gonna be rewinding that over and over again.
It's gonna be like recorded on my phone or something for
sure. So we get a great scene with Bucky and Falcon tossing around the shield. It's like a couple guys playing catch, but with a shield, and they were kind of bonding more. They could tell they're getting closer and closer, and like they start off hating each other, but they got this bond now. So I thought that was pretty great. Nick, what do you think of the male bonding shield toss?
Yeah, it was cool. They're building their friendship. They're becoming friends more than just partners and coworkers. You got some kind of callbacks to some of the Avengers scenes. I think with Tony and when they were wood chopping and Cap and Tony got some of that vibe. Team building kind of crap. I liked it though. It was cool. I didn't think it was as necessary. Like I didn't think. Well, that part was okay, but the rest of the New Orleans stuff was just like a little too much. But this particular scene was pretty good.
Yeah, we gotta get the boat back together and get the family. Yeah, it was a nice moment, but I don't know if we really needed that whole scene. That took a lot of big, it was like a 10-minute chunk of the episode that we kind of didn't really need. That could have been done in like a minute or so scene, but it's I don't know why they needed filler on this. Like they had so much momentum and was like, all right, let's slow it to a crawl now. It's kind of the same problem I had with Age of Ultron. Like they, had this great opening, and then they, they're at a farmhouse for like 45 minutes, just like sitting around the campfire talking. Like, all right, well, get to the action. So we get that. So what do you think of that scene, Sarah? The male bonding.
I liked all the bonding. They're like building stuff together and playing catch and whatever. But I agree. I think it was way too long. I don't know if we were supposed to understand that this was like a significant passage of time.
Yeah.
Or
the montage. We had the montage scene of him like training and getting better and stuff. Yeah, like I don't know, like they didn't really say like was this weeks, is like days, like what it's like. That shield looks pretty damn dangerous, like to just master, especially without powers. Like we saw John Walker doing it, but like that's like that. One false move, your head's getting chopped off. Like
how does it come back to you? It's magnetic.
But it's like I guess it like absorbs the vibration and it bounces really well, I guess.
Like a boomerang or something.
Yeah, like
that's weird.
Like the momentum, I guess. Like what the hell is it?
The vibrations or something.
Like the kinetic energy like bounces back. Like he's tossing that shield around freely. Like there's little kids around. Like when a little kid walks in the path and gets his head chopped off.
Well, not only that shield looks hella heavy too. Like how does he just toss it so easily?
Supposedly it's light though. The metal is supposedly light. Yeah, remember what Cap was like? It was like light. Yeah, like I think in Avengers he was talking about how light. That's the point of the metal. It's like so light and
okay.
Yeah. So we got all we needed was the Rocky music during the montage. Any montage without the Rocky music is a fail.
I did think it was interesting though. Like one thing quickly is that John Walker, when he's using the shield, uses a lot more as like a round knife. It's like
he's like chopping onions and shit.
Yeah, and like stab. I don't know. It seems like he doesn't seem to ever use it defensively or to like knock something off. Like I feel like a lot of the other like Cap is and how Falcon's training with it. It's more like I'm gonna knock this and then bring it back to me. It's not like I'm gonna chop this dude's head off.
Yeah, he uses it more like offensively, and the other they used it more like defensively.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just like a nice comparison there, I guess.
Yeah.
He wasn't practicing this motion.
So we get some more for the Flag Smashers. So we find out it was Batrock, the one that they were talking to. So Batrock hooked them up with some weapons. We get the worst flash mob ever showing up. She's got some people behind her too. So these are all like the followers of the Flag Smashers. This is all in New York. They're voting on the Patch Act, which would send like all the refugees from after the blip back to their countries respectively. So, and they're voting on this. So the whole back and forth inside the little UN, fake UN, whatever the hell it was. So, what do you think of this final scene, Sarah?
Honestly, I think we needed a little bit more of the Flag Smashers this episode. I was a little confused about what they were doing, and there were such big gaps that I was like, when are we? Where are we? What are we doing? I think it's interesting that a lot of her crew seem to be kind of questioning her lately, kind of being like, oh, did we have to blow that place up? And like, now we're working with criminals. So I'm almost kind of curious if it's going to be like an internal struggle that like really takes her down.
Zemo kind of called this, like, he kind of said you get corrupted by the power, and your supremacy. You think fighting supremacy with supremacy is probably, I guess, not a good idea.
Right, and then but then also like the people making the decisions about the Pact Act seem mostly pretty douchey.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we don't even have enough food for them. And it's like, whatever, we'll tell them that we do. Like,
yeah. Well, it's I think that's a typical government, international government agency. That seems about right.
If they only would have had like a craft services tray going around, like really nailing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just honestly, maybe I'm too dumb for this storyline. I don't know. I don't know what the Flag Smashers are doing.
I'm done with the Flag Smashers. Like.
I think that's a good point. I think they should have devoted a little bit more time to like what their actual plan is and what the point is.
Seems a little rushed.
Instead of our boat fix party. So Nip, what do you think of this last scene?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just done with the Flag Smashers. I'm ready to see them gone. Like, get rid of them early and let's deal with the power broker.
I think we're gonna get. We get the Falcon. He opens up his case. I think it's pretty obvious. It's the Cap suit. They got the red, white, and blue Falcon suit for him. All updated gear. He's gonna have the shield ready to throw down. And we also get a post credit scene. Our first post credit scene of the season. And we get to see John Walker working on his cosplay for the next Comic-Con coming up. He's building his shield. He's building his little bootleg shield.
Shit, yeah.
That's probably going to get destroyed within like 2 seconds of him using it in the battle. I guarantee it. It's going to get shattered. So we got this post credit scene. We got the Falcon opening up his new suit. Cap Falcon's coming out in next episode, most likely. We're going to see a full reveal of that. So what are your predictions, Sarah? What do you think is going to happen? This is the last episode coming up.
Oh man, I mean, I'm hoping that we find out who the power broker is by the end of this. I feel like we've still got to wrap up this whole Flag Smashers thing, and hopefully give us some sort of like plan moving forward, because I mean, it doesn't seem like this issue is still going on in Spider-Man. Like, it feels like people are fairly settled. So I don't know. Hopefully they'll set up some sort of plan for all the people who were blipped. But otherwise, like, I don't know. Sam's gonna be Captain America. I think that Bucky is gonna go back and talk to the guy with the sun from like the first episode.
That's
for sure.
They said he was gonna make amends. I was like, okay, that's
probably
like
the one person. It's gonna be like,
he's been avenging, not amending.
And he's gonna tell, hey, I killed your son. I'm sorry. It was an accident. I was not in control, but it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough scene for him. But it's something that has to be done, because that's one thing you can give him is closure. Like, the dude doesn't know what happened to his son. So even though it's gonna, ruin that relationship forever, but it's still, at least he'll have closure. And that's, that's kind of all you really want, and something like that. When you lose somebody tragically like that, you just want to know why and what happened. So,
So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I don't think there's going to be a like big struggle for Sam anymore taking up like the shield. I feel like he's feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah.
And he's very wise suddenly.
Well, yeah, he had his, Bradley kind of push him in the, he pushed him in one direction, and Bucky kind of pushed him, in the right direction. So all that knowledge he picked up the last few episodes from everyone, kind of like, all right, set him on the straight path. Like, okay, I need to do this. I need to, be that guy. So
yeah. So I think the final episode is going to be a lot of Flag Smashers, personally, which I'm not honestly super looking forward to. So I hope it's something else. But I think it's going to be Flag Smashers. Seeing Sam. Oh, and I guess we still have freaking John Walker out there too.
Yeah. So maybe John Walker is going to try to, come in, be the hero, and just make things worse. And then, Sam and Bucky have to come in, pretty much save the day. And
yeah, I wouldn't mind another fight between them. That would be probably interesting, especially now that John Walker is like totally off the rails and like telling everybody he's still Captain America and like walking out of his sentencing and stuff. Like he's done being polite. So things have stopped being polite and started getting real.
The real world. Captain America.
I don't know. Nip, what do you think?
Yeah, Nip, what do you think?
I'm kind of going to this last episode, and I'm kind of a little underwhelmed. The rumors were that episode 5 was going to be the big guns, the big powerful episode, and it was like, and I'm kind of just, this Flag Smasher storyline is kind of just like, we already knew they weren't going to last through the whole, once this series ended, their storyline was going to be over. So it's kind of like anticlimactic in a way, because you've already kind of dealt with Walker. I guess the only thing I'm looking forward to is Power Broker, if we get a reveal.
Yeah, I want to see what happens. What's up with Sharon? I think we're gonna get some Sharon reveals next one. I still think it's Skrull, man. I think they're setting up for a Secret Invasion coming up, and we got Armor Wars coming up too. So there's some definitely some of these characters will be crossing over into other things.
I'm kind of thinking maybe they should have just combined these last 2 episodes together.
Like a last 2-hour movie just for the ending.
Oh yeah, hour and a half. I just feel like it's kind of anticlimactic. We really don't have too many questions left. Just Power Broker.
Yeah, who's a power broker? We already knew, John Walker was going to be U.S. agent. He was going to, try to do his own thing, and we knew Falcon was going to end up with the shield and be the new Captain America. We were in kind of we pretty much everything was kind of set forth.
I was excited about the Zemo stuff. I wish they didn't wrap that storyline up, because I was very excited to see how that whole fight was going to go down and he was going to slip.
They
out.
Probably should have saved that for the end, for the last.
Yeah, I would rather like we were saying, Sarah was saying earlier. I'd rather have the Flag Smashers story end this episode than have Zemo kind of finish up the series, because he was kind of a great damn near the best part of the series really so far. So
I mean, they could come with some surprises. But I don't see it. They could come with some surprises, but I don't see it.
Maybe they're just trying to troll us with that. But because they know how fans are. They've learned their lesson. But maybe they just like to fuck with us, man. I don't know, man. They get those. What do you think, Sarah?
I think it would take a lot for them to pull a big twist at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I mean, maybe Sharon Carter's working with the Flag Smashers, but I could actually that doesn't seem unreasonable to me at this point. I by the way, I loved the joke about Bucky being right-handed. Just put that in there. That was one of my favorite parts of the episode. Yeah. I'm not nearly as excited for this finale as I wish I was. But.
Yeah, a little underwhelmed. Nip made a good point about it. Just kind of underwhelming. Yeah, they just said the last 2 episodes, 2 episodes prior, are just insane. They were so good. I think we both gave we all gave them around the 9 range. It was just such a great momentum. So speaking of which, what would you give this episode, Nip?
I'm gonna give it an 8. It started out really really powerful, got some action going on, but then it just hit a lull and it didn't really do much after that. It kind of lagged. You had the disappointment of the cameo. I'm done with the Flag Smasher, so I don't really care about them anymore. I'm there because we all know they're not going to survive this. So it's I don't know. Yeah. I'll give it an 8. I mean, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
And you had some good stuff in there, but just a little bit too much filler for me.
Yeah, the opening was great. I love the opening fight. It was awesome. I love the stuff with John Walker, man. Just an intriguing character. I thought kind of anticlimactic with the Zemo stuff. I thought, kind of end of his character is just kind of all right. He's whiffed away and he's going to show up in some other show. And like a little bit too much stuff in between, man. I wanted to kind of get to the point and I wanted to see some more. Yeah,
it was all over the place. I mean, you had the Wakandans, you had New Orleans, you had the fight in the beginning. It just but not a lot of action in there. It was all over the place, but without a lot of action. Just the beginning.
Yeah, still shot well. It was like, well acted. I'll probably agree with you. I'll give it an 8 too. Yeah, I'll give it an 8. Probably like a low 8, man. Probably pushing a high 7.9 to 8. Sarah, what about you?
Yeah, I'm at like a 7.8. I don't know. I mean, I stopped to shoot off an email in the middle of it, if I'm being totally honest. Like, don't get me wrong. I thought the first scene was killer, and I thought there were some really good moments in there. And I don't even mind like a boat building friendship scene. But it just felt like it was at the expense of like the plot itself. And like, I really needed more about the Flag Smashers. Like, we're just getting so little at this point that I don't care. I'm with Nip. The Zemo thing was tidy, but it could have been more exciting. I wish he was still around. It felt like they took away a lot of plot and put in a lot of like, this is how you fix this nut. Or like, here's a water pump. And like, I'm going to put her sister by saying her name. That was it.
It felt like a lot of filler in this episode. Yeah, I think this didn't need to be the longest episode of the season. This could have been 45 minutes. They could have cut 15 minutes out of this episode. And I don't think we lost anything. I think it would probably float a lot better too. It kind of felt like you got a lot of great story beats, like the stuff with Bradley, like stuff like that. But then it just got like with the montages and like the building, friendship boat thing.
Why are we calling on the whole neighborhood too? Like, I don't know. It just felt kind of sporadic. It felt like 3 people wrote this episode.
Just make a call to Pepper Potts, like, hey, I saved the world. Like, give me, like, pay for my vote.
Or just buy a new boat. Thanks.
Yeah, at least you guys can fucking do. I fucking put my life on the line and went to jail for you fucking assholes. Like, at least fix my goddamn boat.
Totally agreed.
Yeah. Big Leo. The DIY shield.
He's getting ready for Comic-Con.
That thing is gonna
it was online.
That thing is gonna be destroyed so quick.
This dude is the weakest Captain America. He be getting his ass kicked by everybody. He got his shield taken already. Like, this dude's weak. He's been like 2 weeks and he's just getting punked on by everybody.
Yeah, well, you see, that's why he's losing it. He's just like, being Captain America is not that easy, man. It's not that easy. Yeah, can't just jump in anytime. So. All right, so it's kind of underwhelming episode. Yeah, like definitely the worst episode of the season so far, I think.
What could they do? What could they do in this finale that would like win you back for the end?
I don't want to say cameo or anything. I don't want to mention the word cameos anymore. I just want a balls out sick action scene. I want to like at least a 20-minute badass action scene. They better not disappoint. They set up a lot of big things for this finale. I want to see some good action. At least give me that. If you're not going to do any world building beyond this, at least give me some great action next episode. I want to see some deaths. I want to see some destruction. I want to see some badass Cap. If Falcon's going to be Captain America, I want to be a badass Captain America. We'll be coming out swinging. I want to see some badass.
Is he going to have vibranium suit? Is it a vibranium suit?
Well, it's coming from Wakanda, so I would assume, it's probably gonna be high tech and like a little bit more. Yeah, maybe he'll get some enhancements strength wise too, like a little Iron Man action with the armor too. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm curious for sure.
I would love like a big twist, like the U.S. government was working with the Flag Smashers or something like that.
I thought General Ross was going to be involved, but I guess not. He could be still. He still could be the power broker, but it seems like they could be trying to trick us, but they're angling for Sharon Carter.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a big. I think we're gonna get some kind of reveal, like some kind of like twist that we didn't see coming.
Okay. What if like the Secretary of State is the power broker? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I want.
Yeah, that's you're talking about Thunderbolt. You're talking about Thunderbolt. That's who Nip is talking about.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah.
Yeah, the dude who was in Civil War. The guy who was like all about the Sokovia Accords. What
if he's the power broker?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I think that was my guess, but now They're kind of tricking me with the Sharon Carter stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll still stick with him as my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's yeah. I just hope it doesn't disappoint. Like, hopefully they stick the landing with the finale, and it will make up for this. Like, all right, well, this will be like a forgotten. Like, yeah, that fifth episode kind of sucked, but the finale was amazing.
Who said that this was the fifth episode? Was it like the writers again that said this fifth episode was going to be?
I think it was the writers. Yeah, I think the director of the series.
What the fuck are they doing? Like,
Why?
I don't
Yeah,
get
why?
this shit.
Like, are you like what? Didn't they learn the lesson from the last like time? That was like one of the big deals. Like with WandaVision, people were pissed off that they.
Why did you hype up this episode? Like, it was good, but I mean, come on.
Yeah,
It wasn't great.
Yeah, no, it was not like the like yeah, that was such an underwhelming cameo, dude. Like again, like we love Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she's awesome. Lady's an amazing character. I love Seinfeld and all, but like really, that's the big fucking emotional fucking
with all the characters they got unlimited characters now. They got all the X-Men world. They got all Fantastic Four. Like this is the shit you're coming out with. Like you guys are being greedy with the characters. Like let some of them out the damn vault, dude. Like
right, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I think they just knew that there needs a moratorium on like talking to the press during these shows. Like, don't like, come on, stop doing that to fans. Fans are fucking, insane.
Quick question, because like I know that sorry, I know I'm opening up a whole new box.
You are.
The whole storyline was adapted, right? Because initially it was something that was too close to the coronavirus situation. And so they had to like go back and post and I think adjust a lot of this storyline. Yeah, the vaccine, there was a whole vaccine thing too. They mentioned it in like, I think the second episode when they were going through
she said something about.
Yeah, that whole thing was yeah.
But that interview about the cameo was after all of that, right? So it couldn't have been somebody that got cut.
Yeah, I'm not for all the emotional heaviness. I like action, bro.
Drawing. I can't believe you guys didn't think this episode was incredible. It was emotionally very heavy. Yeah, the emotions were great, but I just thought it was just underwhelming on some points, man. It was great emotional beats, but I don't know. I think they could have cut out some of that stuff and kind of streamlined it a little bit. I think the scene with Bradley was amazing. I thought that scene was great. The scenes with Bucky and Falcon kind of discussing the shield and the all that stuff was great too. So it was great. Walker. Yeah, we're still giving it an 8. It's not like it's this is the worst episode ever. It's still 8. It's like,
I just feel like it was the worst of the series so far.
Yeah, I think kind of underwhelming. Yeah, started off strong, kind of slowed down in the middle, but I'm curious to see what happens next episode. So I think hopefully it'll make up for this. Yeah, so
it is one I want to watch a couple more times.
Yeah, I think maybe if I I hear you about the boat montage.
That's just...
They even cut that
Flag Smashers. Like, fuck the Flag Smashers. I'm done with these guys. You keep just going with the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, I think we kind of repeat the same beats with the Flag Smashers. I wouldn't mind seeing like more about more get inside more of their plan, what they're really all about. You've only got we get a couple things sprinkled with them through the episode. So either focus on one thing or the other, but I don't know. I think they kind of focused on the wrong things for this episode. But hey, so hopefully the finale lands it, and this just be one of the episodes, and you watch it all together. It's all gonna make sense. It's all
just a little speed bump. Just a little speed bump.
Yeah. But hey, we'll be back for next week's episode. Where hopefully they stick the landing. We'll get a badass fucking finale and see where it goes from there. All right. Any final words about this episode before we get the heck out of here? No. Yeah.
I think we're good.
Awesome. Nip, you want to plug the Gold Dirty Bastards?
Oh yeah, Gold Dirty Bastards. We're a sports show podcast. A lot of shit talking, a lot of cussing. We just break down some of the news stories throughout the week, talk shit to each other, have some fun. We're all buddies on there, tight group. So we talk a lot of smack on there. It's a good time. Check us out. We have our own YouTube channel. It's Gold Dirty Bastards with the Z podcast. We also have an Instagram page. Same thing. Gold Dirty Bastards with the Z. So check us out. We usually record Tuesday nights around 9:30. Check us out. Get a chance.
Awesome. Drawing. Do you think Sharon had a larger part in the series prior to the edits? Maybe. I think so. I think she was. Yeah. Seems her part probably got cut down a little bit too.
Yeah, her character just seems so off. I think that she definitely had more of an arc, and they had to cut it out because a lot of it was probably around this like disease.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, it's too close to home, I guess. Drawing, thanks for reading my comics. You guys are great. Awesome. Yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Like the channel if you haven't liked the video. That's always helps with the analytics. Thanks for tuning in for sure. Sarah, you got anything to plug?
I'm riding with you on the. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying I don't have anything to plug, just myself. Hi, that's my Instagram. I don't know. I don't plug that much. So
yeah, so I was gonna go back and rewind the episode and go to Bucky Saracen a couple times. Nipper, you're saying?
No, I'm just co-signing with you on the Sharon Carter being a Skrull. I've been agreeing with you on that from the beginning. So
I think so, man. I think that makes the most sense. She's the most expendable character for them to, kind of have a big reveal. Oh, she's a Skrull. Oh no! So I think that without destroying.
Plus, opens the door to the future too. To the phase 5, phase 4.
Yeah.
World building a little bit. You get some more stuff out there.
Yeah,
because just had such a drastic change. Like she was blip for 5 years, and then she comes back, and within like a year and a half, she's like running this evil empire.
She's like the big boss. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a big reveal of her. Either she's a power broker, she's a Skrull, she's all of it. She's Mephisto.
Yeah, I mean, why would she be a villain though? Like just because she's bitter at the way they. I don't think that was enough to turn her like total villain.
No, I don't.
Bitter.
I just think her character doesn't make sense right now, and either that's maybe because of the character edits, or maybe because of she's a Skrull.
Yeah, she's a goddamn Skrull. All right, come back and check us out for the big finale next week. I think we'll have a couple more folks on that one for a big celebration of the finale. So check us back every Tuesday at 8 p.m. West Coast time for a SF Company Hour. Always fun talking shit on that one. And also look out for some more unboxings, more movie reactions, all kinds of crap coming from the channel. So like, subscribe, all that crap, and we'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, wear your goddamn mask,
get your blood clot shot.
Yeah, be safe. Get that super soldier serum, damn it.